Hi, friends. How are you? Good evening. I hope you are enjoying your Friday night, and we are here to give you some sermons, some good thoughts that we learned from our last PIM workshop. And the topic was amazing this time again, right? So before that, my name is Vineet, and I have 18 years of experience in IT, and I'm really passionate about working on my personal growth, helping team around me to work on their personal growth, and sharing the knowledge, all the good things, the positive things across the world. I'm originally from Bihar, Samastipur, and very cosmopolitan background, been to almost all of India and world. And since last 5 years, I'm in Bangalore. Yeah, that's all about. So last week we had this session on peak impact mentorship workshop by our mentor, by our founder Vijay Khandal, who is an IITian and also uh, John Maxwell's teams. If you know John Maxwell, he's a big name. So John Maxwell's teams, he's an executive director in his team. And the topic is all about choices, right? How many of you really like choices in your life? So if you see, if there are no choices in life, somewhere we will not enjoy life, right? If you remember your our Adam and Eve's days, right? They might not be having that many choices in life. Do you think if you go back to that life, you will enjoy? No vehicles, no transportation, no TV, no mobile. Oh my God, no mobile. That's a big thing, right? so so just think about it. If nothing is there, no choices, would you enjoy? No, right? But anything access creates a problem in life, right? We want choice, but then we don't want the nuisance, basically the challenges of having to choose, right? So how to deal with this? At one side we need choices, but on the other side we don't need many choices, right? And this exactly was the topic last time, which was on the curse of choices. How when you get many choices, we become so indecisive, we are not able to decide anything. Sometimes we can actually do nothing if we are getting so many choices, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today: cursing of choice, curse of choices. And we have an amazing panel. Not that I'm the only one who is going to talk today. So we have amazing panel of, we are six people who are going to talk on. So we all have attended this amazing session. We all have a thought process and our own perspectives on what we learned from that amazing workshop, right? So let me start inviting all my good friends, amazing friends, and ask them to introduce themselves and then start this session. So without any ado, let me invite Vartika and ask her to introduce herself. Hi, Vartika, how are you?
Hi Vineet, I'm doing good and I hope you are also fine.
Yes, I'm awesome.
Thank you so much Vineet for asking me to come here again. And hi friends, myself Vartika and I have total 12 plus years of IT experience and I belong to Lakhimpur Kheri. It's a small place in UP nearby Lucknow and I have been associated with this association of PIM and book club for a few months now. It has been 7 to 8 months, and I'm really growing and loving the right association which I'm getting here. So thank you, Vinny. Over to you.
Awesome, Vartika. Great to have you here. Now let me invite Chayant and ask him to introduce himself. Chayant, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, Vinit, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Jayant. I'm from Bangalore. I have over 8 years of experience as a software engineer, and I've been part of the Baking Pack mentorship and this book club for 5 months now. Uh, my interests include reading books, and also I'm gaining experiences in public speaking, and then I'm a self growth enthusiast. So that's about it for me. Thanks for having me, Vinith, here.
Amazing, Jayant. And I can see from your background that you actually like reading books. So many books are there. And
Yeah.
let me invite Vincent and ask him to introduce himself. Hi, Vincent. How are you?
Yeah, hi Vinith. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So it's a Friday night, so obviously it's a good night, right? It's a
Of course.
weekend, right? So we are all
Yeah.
set to celebrate the weekend. So
Yeah.
wonderful, right? So myself, Vincent Francis, I'm primarily from Bangalore. Have a lot of experience, which I don't want to disclose. um, so I'm associated with PIM for the past 2 weeks formally, and informally maybe one or two sessions I've seen. It's pretty good. There's a lot of It's a platform where everybody would love to be on and would love to learn, right? So which I mean, I'm learning a lot of stuff. I have a lot of
Awesome.
experience, but there are a lot of new things that I'm learning on a weekly basis. I never
That's
miss to watch the recorded sessions. I don't have an opportunity to watch the live sessions, but I don't miss to watch the recorded sessions.
amazing.
So that's what keeps me motivated, right, for the rest of the week. I see this on the either on a Sunday or a Monday. That keeps me going for the rest of the week.
Amazing. Amazing, Vincent. And I totally understand. At 20 years of experience, I know you don't want to disclose it. So most of the people lose their agility, right? Most of the time they think I already know everything. What would I learn
Right,
more?
right.
I've
Yeah,
seen so many times, and they completely become outdated, right? The day you say that I have learned everything, that is your last day, right? You might be living, right? But
correct.
it's actually internally you're not living, right? Because you're not learning anything. Amazing. So let me invite our special next participant. And before inviting that special participant, let me tell you a joke, and that's on choice and wife. And the joke is never laugh at your wife's choices. You know why? Because you are one of them.
Good one, good one. Definitely, definitely gonna get dinner today for sure. A special dinner.
No, I think Vineet is very smart. He always joins these sessions when he is done with dinner.
Amazing, amazing. So let me invite my beautiful wife, Sunanda, on the stream. Hi, Sunanda.
Hi, Vinny. Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Sunanda. Hi.
So, hope everyone doing good at your place. So, myself, Sunanda, I'm a health consultant and practicing in Bangalore from last 7 years. And basically, I'm from UP Banaras, but brought up in Bihar, Samastipur. And I have a 6-year-old beautiful daughter, and I love to spend time with her. I love to play with her, and also with that, I love to listening music and reading books. So this is all about me. Thank you.
Amazing, Sunanda. Amazing. Good to have you here. And all right, guys. So let's start our learnings, our takeaways that we had from our last amazing session. Right, as I started with that, somewhere at one side we need a choice. We need choices in our life, right? And on the other hand, if too much of choices are there, then it becomes it becomes a distraction for us. Which one to choose, which one not to choose, right? So, what are your thoughts on this exactly? How this curse of choices is a problem in our life? Anyone want to take this?
Yeah, so yeah, I can take it,
Yeah, go ahead. Nathan.
Vinith. So whether we are chasing any goals in life, whether it's related to your career, your health, your personal relationship, everything, right? So there are a lot of choices life presents us, numerous number of choices, right? And we really get bogged down with those choices. We don't know what to do with those choices, whether it's really good for me, whether it's going to help me in the short term, whether it's going to help me in the long term. We don't really know because there are so many choices today being exposed to so many things, right? Even our children are exposed to so many things. They are also getting confused with their TV programs on a daily basis, right? With the different kinds of gadgets that they're having, they don't really know what to do, right? What is good, what is bad. So there are
Right.
numerous amount of choices, and our mind, right, gets bogged down to a level where we finally decide, hey, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make any choice at all. Let me not choose anything and
Let me
be the
sleep
way I
now.
am.
That's too much.
Let me stay at peace, right? So why should I make a choice at all?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
So that's the state that we are living in, and in this pandemic, right? I mean, puts us more pressure where we have to go choose something. So what do I do, right? So so this I should make an informed decision. To make that informed decision, I need to cut down my choices to a level where I can really stick to those choices, say one or two choices, and really make a difference to my, say, if I choose to chase a lucrative career, so I would just choose one or two of those list and choose only those one or two, right? So while I'm trying to chase my goal, so it's not going to be easy, right? It's never going to
Exactly.
be easy because I need to keep myself motivated, right, to achieve my goal, right? So
Right.
if you look back, say 2 weeks, right, Bijay exactly talked about how to keep ourselves motivated to at least chase one goal, right? So
Right.
rightly it comes like, say, I don't want to keep the association which is not really going to be a hindrance in my path, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to cut down those associations, and I want to pursue my goal sticking to those one or two choices,
Right. Amazing.
right? Right.
Amazing.
So, and again, right, the path is not going to be easy. It's going to be, it's never going to be bed of roses. There's going to
Right.
be stones, there's going to be thorns, there's going to be slush. We should
Mm-hmm.
have this resilience to really come back, right, bounce back and start moving, right,
Awesome.
and remove all the ambiguities which are coming forth and giving those temptations. Hey, if you do this, you will better yourself. Don't chase your goal, right?
Right.
So we have to
Right.
get rid of all those temptations and start really focusing on things, one or two decisions that you're made for your goal to achieve that goal, right?
Exactly.
So those decisions, right, will really make a difference to your career. If you choose to excel in a career, that's going to make a difference to your health. It's going to make a difference to your personal relationship, right? To
Amazing.
just to summarize, right? So there are too many things that we are getting bogged down with. We call those as choices. If we can get cut down to one or two minimum and chase only those, if you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, hey, what is your goal and what are your two things that is really making a difference to chase your goal, I should be able to tell that.
Amazing. Amazing message, Vincent. So effectively, what you're saying is one, the important part is choosing one or two things wisely, and then leveraging your delayed gratification, not getting bogged down and just into your short-term temptations, working on sticking to it for the long term. Amazing, amazing. Jayant, you were saying something?
Yeah. So I want to add to that what Vincent was talking about as cutting down to what are two necessary things. I would like to call unnecessary things like pseudo options, what you call, like these are things that are actually bogging you down. As it like to relate to one of the things what we discussed last week about logical mind, where logical mind, our mind just gets bogged down with too many details, and it is important that we don't we identify, as Vincent was saying, like we need to identify it and then stick to it, and then no matter what, like we shouldn't have any ambiguity. And I would like to add an example, like a story kind of thing, which Vijay also mentioned in the session last week. So this is about the guy called Alexander Bering.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 30-year-old guy who turned around the company's fortunes, which was under loss, like $90 million loss, and he brought it up to like 24 million profit.
Wow.
When it was like, and he did that in an economy like Brazil in 1995, where it was in shambles. I mean, basically, this was related to railways. Railways was like it was in shambles. Like they did
Mm-hmm.
not know what to do with it. They decided to just sell it off to private and then divide it into seven parts and then sell it off to every like seven companies. So Alexander Bering was working in one of these companies, which was under loss, and they had like very limited cash in hand to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to make a choice. I mean, there was so much of information. Like, okay, this is something I can just give up. I can do this, or I can do that. All these things. I mean, my so at that point of time, he had to decide as to these are the things I will concentrate on. These are the things that will that that will actually help me bring my company some profit and also help the railways there. So he, along with the CEO of the company, came up with like four basic rules. The four basic rules are like these are the basic rules they arrived at after cutting down all their choices. These are the like four rules they wanted to keep. And one of the rules was like they decided to invest the money only if there is a guaranteed return in short term.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was they decided to recycle materials. Like obviously there are, when you say railways is already there, and there were a lot of old tracks everywhere. So all the other companies that got other parts, other six parts, they decided just remove the tracks and then just throw it away. These people said like, okay, these are not like damaged, we can always make use of it. And in a cash strapped company like his, reusing and recycling actually saved them a lot of money, and in the long in a few months or years they actually went into profit. And these are the yeah, these things like you can relate to your life as well. Like you can actually relate to, I mean, this is a complex use case as such, but then you can also relate to some simple use case of your life and apply it there as well.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I think that's a very inspirational story about this guy, right? In 2 years, he turned around this company,
Yeah.
Alexander, right? With the right choices that he made, right? Amazing. Very nice. Vatika, you want to add something?
Yes, Vinny. I think I would also like to state one story which Bijay sir
Mm-hmm.
mentioned. It is an example or a story around hip joint surgery.
Mm-hmm.
There was one guy, and he was facing some hip joint issue since years,
Okay.
and he had few options to choose how to get rid of this hip joint issue. And as we all know, hip joint surgery or hip joint pain itself is very painful, and it's not very easy task to bear that pain. Even though if you go for a surgery, it's very painful surgery, and once you are done with the surgery, even after that you have to go through a lot of physiotherapy and medication as well. So Vijay sir conducted one poll also, in which he gave some choices to choose around, and uh, people were trust me, the poll which we got was like only I think 30-40% people were able to poll or choose between the mentioned choices, and rest were not able to choose between the options. So
Yeah.
because there were multiple options or multiple choices given by Vijay sir for that particular poll. But once he removed all the options and he just kept two options. First one was to go for a hip joint surgery. Second one was to go for one medication. The poll itself got increased. The poll results itself got increased, and people were very comfortable, maybe very comfortable, and it was very easy for them to choose what to do in that certain situation of their life. So I think when we have multiple choices in life, it's always confusing, because uh, even though if we set priorities for our life, for example, and we set 15 priorities at a time, you will not be, trust me, we will not be able to achieve, or we will not be able to execute even one priority of our life. We will have to prioritize our priority in a manner, or we'll have to keep small set of priorities for ourselves, so that we do not break the chain and we keep on going to achieve our goals. So yes,
Very nice.
having multiple choices and getting confused with those multiple choices is a basic human tendency. So we should definitely try to get some time to decide what is the best choice for us, and then we should focus on that only, and we should move ahead in our life with that choice only.
Amazing. Very nice. So it's like basically the moment we try to change our job. So if there's one offer, we know that we are going into that company, right? But the moment you have five, six, 10, you have offer from Google, Facebook, Adobe, and all those big companies, then you are
No,
confused.
no,
Oh my God, where will I go?
Vinny, Vinny, it's also very clear cut situation, because we all, there was one more poll which Vijay sir conducted. It was a career poll, and all of us, I mean most of us, posted or chose two options only. One was increase in salary, and second was change in job. So
Yeah.
I think our life is, if I talk in layman terms, our life is revolving around those two things only. So definitely, if Adobe, Microsoft, and Google is also there, it's not very difficult to pick. You will pick the highest package, and
Or sometimes even these guys give you packages also at the same level. Then it becomes really hard. Then it becomes akkad bakkad bambe basti na ke pure se.
No, the smart thing to do is you pick up one offer and show this to the other company. They're going to give you another 20% or 30% on top
You
of
are
that,
giving
right?
hint to your team. You are giving hint to your team.
Right.
All right. Sunanda, why don't you go ahead and add something to that?
I'm listening everyone, and it's really I feel that more option, more problems. So remove unnecessary choices. To already I have done. So I want to share my story about my personal story, which is a story of many choices. So I was like a literature student, but also like computer science. Sometimes I feel I like fashion designing, and I was also passionate about fitness. So in the end, since my husband Vineet was in IT, so I choose to do a web designing job, and with a news channel I did job, then in IT company also. By then I realized I'm not finding interest in web designing. So the reason was the job was eating away my time. I really felt that I am not getting time for myself, for my family, and everything started revolving around my job only. Saturday, Sunday. matlab, I feel like
नंदा आप हमारी
it's like
दुखती नोच पे उंगली रख रहे हो आप.
right. So Beneath was busy in his job, and I was busy. Matlab, life become hell, and even we are facing so many health issues also. So, but what to so but by then I realized ki I have to leave all these things. So the time I decided to do something of my own, and I didn't want to work under someone again in a job. So I thought, so running a boutique, that can help me. So I so that can maybe help me to give freedom. So therefore I did fashion designing also, and I partnered with one of my friend in Bangalore. But the challenge of traditional small businesses started creeping, like recurring cost, break even, and others. And also again one challenge is family time. So I have to give full time there also, because in traditional business this happens. So finally, I met Vijay and her wife, Dr. Geetika, and living a life I wanted to live. So they are totally free. So hence, under her Vijay's mentorship and her wife, his wife Geetika mentorship, I choose the fitness domain, and also I want to improve myself, so which gave me a balance between health, time, and money. And the best part of all these choices was that I worked on my choices without wasting too much time. So, however, once I had a mentor, I choose the best option by removing unnecessary choices. So I choose my best. So, and I am enjoying my life. So, this is I want to share about the choices. Over to Vineet.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I think the two things that comes out from your it's always great to hear the personal stories, and the two things that comes out is one, you did so many things, right? You were in fashion designing, you were in IT, and you were over all the places, right? News channel and everywhere. The good thing is you didn't waste your time in choosing those, right? I think that's what Vijay was saying. Pick one option and give some time to it, right? But then finally the moment, since you don't of course your husband was your guide, and who is never a good guide, so you have to have a good mentor in your life, and the moment you got some good mentors, I think somewhere that thing came up. Okay, but you have to stick with that goal. One of the important point was that if you're choosing something, then you have to stick, and that's where I think this your health domain worked with you. And amazing. That's a great summary of the story that Jayant told, right? The personal story that gets added to that. Amazing. I think great stories, great thoughts, guys. Any other learnings anyone want to share? What we just shared, there were so many things that he shared, right? I think we can go on and on. Any one or two point, because we are
yeah.
having just 5-10 minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Vineet, the most important thing was, if we are confused in our life, So most of the times, I think 90% people are confused at times in their lives. So Vijay sir created a lot of emphasis on having a to-do list, creating a to-do list, and keep on revisiting that to-do list if you are able to do whatever you have planned or not. And I think when we are jotting down our goals in a form of a to-do list, that is also very helpful. So that was a very important point.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, of course. I think that really helps. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, along with that, right, so what he was also trying to emphasize was you have a to-do list, that's pretty good. What we also should be having is not to-do list, right?
yeah,
These are the things I don't want to do, which is going to really drag my energy and pull me down and not really move forward and create that momentum, right? So
yeah.
have a not to do list so that you can focus on the to do list, right? So
Exactly.
right,
Amazing.
and
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
not to do this. That reminds me, like it's like some years back, almost 3, 4 years back, I really started liking guitar. I don't know why, but somewhere I started liking it, and I started spending almost 2 hours, 3 hours on that. And suddenly, I got a. So it's almost 8, 10 years back, not 2, 3 years back. Time passes so fast. And I remember then I had a really bad time in my job and all other things. All my personal time and everything was going away. And then I realized I cannot become AR Rahman, right? I am just using it as a hobby. So I have to contain it at hobby. So sometimes I see some people
Yeah.
suddenly get passionate about fitness. And Vijay was saying you should, of course, spend time on a fitness for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. But suddenly you start spending some of my friends who are also in the book club, and they tell me that they are spending 4 hours, 5 hours just for the bodybuilding, and the reason is just so that I look better, right? So you can be fit in half an hour, 1 hour. Why to spend 4, 5 hours when you are not trying to become Mr. India, Mr. World, or you're not going to WWE or anything like that, right? So somewhere that purpose is not connected, then your hobby becomes overwhelming, right? So that is so important. So to have not to do list, to do list is fine. There are certain not to do lists. I think in these days, in social channels and distractions and so many things, it's very important to have this list. Amazing, good point, Vincent. Yeah, Jayant, you
Yeah.
want
yeah,
to?
so I yeah, I just want to relate this, whatever you are talking
Yeah,
about health, right? So in the history of mankind, I think we are living in a state where health has become the utmost priority, and I'm able to relate to this because previously I used to spend at least say 1 hour, right? I used to go to gym before Corona started, right? Now I can't do that, so
yeah,
I've cut it down to say 15 minutes, and I make sure that I spend at least 15 minutes daily to do an exercise, so to keep myself healthy and be productive for the day, right? So
amazing.
there are, yeah, big list of things to do, but I can't really focus on those big lists to immediately, right? Because that's not going to really add value to the current context. But I have to keep myself healthy, motivated, productive, right? So I've
Exactly.
cut down, yeah, cut down
Yeah.
to the minimum so that I can be healthy at the same time. I can achieve what are the goals I've planned for. Go
Amazing. The
ahead,
big
Dan.
balance is needed, right? Amazing.
Yeah, I was going to add to the earlier points which you were making about career, and then the not getting not getting like too many choices, right? One thing is like you need to identify what actually helps you in your to grow in your career, like in the short term or in the long term, and then identify like 4 to 5 skills. Okay, these are the things that I want to. These are the things that will help me advance in whatever I want to do. I want to start a venture, then I need to know what are the things that will help me start the venture, and then say, okay, these are the and shortlist it like 4 to 5 points, and then you also you need to remember that you cannot get good at all the 5 things in like 1 year. So you need to identify in those 5 things, identify one thing that you want to get good at in the next 6 months, and then
Right.
concentrate, give your time, entire energy, time, everything onto that, so that like you don't get distracted, you don't, there is no ambiguity, there is no what to say, confusion as such, and then concentrate more on that and then learn that and then master it. That way it will help us go master one skill at a time and then help us go towards our goal, whatever ultimate goal, whatever is there.
Amazing. Very
Yeah.
nice. Nice, man. And I have seen this that again in a PIM itself. I've seen some students basically they'll start really well, and after 2 3 months suddenly they get an opportunity of earning 10,000 extra for teaching .NET, and suddenly their personal growth and everything goes for the dice, right? It completely goes for the toss. Okay, I'm earning 10,000 extra, but that's a short kind of temptation that you have, right? You're leaving your long term growth for that 10,000, 20,000, right? And so that's again, I think that, as you rightly say, you have to pick the right choices, minimum choices, and the right choices. What you said is really important. Amazing. Any other point anyone want to add? Otherwise, we can go to the closure of the session. We are already 30 minutes. Maybe you can give one last message on any other
Uh,
learning that you want to share.
I
Yeah.
I I have one joke to
Yeah, go
crack.
ahead, go ahead.
I have one
We
joke to
have time
crack,
for
Vinny.
as many
On the
jokes.
matter of on the matter of on the matter of choices, it's a very famous joke. Arranged marriage is like you are walking, and unfortunately, a snake bites you. And love marriage, by your choice, is like dancing in front of a cobra and saying, "Bite me, bite me, bite me."
Ah, well, Bijay Mar.
Can't, you can't.
Amazing, amazing, Vartika. All right. So, any last message or anything else you guys want to share?
Yeah, so Vijay also clearly called us if you are chasing a corporate goal, right? So you want to become a CEO, just go for it and don't try to divert your energy. Say somebody calls you to say you want to become a director of an enterprise.
Right,
Don't divert it, right? Don't divert your energy.
right.
Stick to your corporate goal and put all your energy into it so that you'll be able
Exactly.
to achieve that goal rather than uh, throwing your energy in all directions and not really focusing on one single decision that you've made to pursue your career in the corporate.
Exactly. Amazing. Any last message, Vincent? We'll just do a round robin. And anything else you want to share, Vincent?
I'm good, Vinith.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Anyone else? Jayant?
Um, so one of the things that came up in the session last time, right? Like again, I was talking about identifying that one skill and then concentrating on that. Most people won't be able to do it like by themselves. One of the reasons is that obviously they don't know where to start. They don't know what the goal is. They need to identify the goal and then go about it. But then people need some kind of mentorship. They need some kind of help in identifying that goal and also be pushed into the right direction. So that's what I found that I mean in PIM we are all of us are getting that here, and with the help of Vijay and then you and everyone else, like
Mhm.
we have been like identify one thing which we want to achieve in like let's say next 6 months. That's something we are concentrating on and then getting good at. So that's been really helpful here.
Awesome. Awesome, Jayant. Very nice. Vartika, you want to add something as a last
I
message?
think I think it's very important to. I would like to add to that only, Vineet. It's very important to keep short-term goals, not very long-term goals, because sometimes we set very long-term goals for us and we end up nowhere. And even though if you are going for a long-term goal, you should set small steps or small short-term goals to achieve that long-term goal. So
Exactly.
that way only, because you already quoted one example of bodybuilding and six pack abs. I think these goals are short term goals, but I don't know how relevant they are in our life. If you want to become Mr. India, then definitely it's a long term goal for you. But if you don't want to become a Mr. India, or you don't want to become Mr. International, I think these are not very relevant in our life. So
Amazing.
we have to decide and we have to make choices very efficiently after a lot of brainstorming, and then we should move forward. So making choice is very important in life.
Great, great,
The
great.
right choice.
Amazing, Vartika. Sunanda, any
Yeah, Vinith. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Sunanda.
Yeah, actually, one thing I want to say ki we have to invest time in those choices which will give time in the future. That is very, very important. We are matlab, spending time in just doing something. So just if we give random choice to our mind, we will get stuck in our work. So it's very important to go in the right direction, take right choices. And finally, one thing I want to tell about this forum, that I'm really proud to be connected with PIM and Book Club. More than 1 year, I'm connected with this, and it has transformed me completely. So first it helped me personal in my personal development, and now I mentor other girls to become more healthy, confident, and better communicators. So I recommend everyone to be part of this association and grow in their career and personal life. So this is the best forum, and join everyone and grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunanda. Thank you. Yeah, Vincent, you want to say something?
Yeah, Vinit. So when you said you have any last message, uh, I thought you're talking about the learnings,
Yeah,
but I
yeah. No,
definitely want,
no, no.
I want to share about the
Yeah.
PM community itself, right? PM
Mm-hmm.
community and the
Yeah.
founder Bijay, right? So I just wanted to really touch base on the vision and mission of what the community itself, and how Vijay is trying to make sure that everybody in this community is getting benefited on a daily basis, right? On a weekly basis, on a daily basis, right? So Vijay has this mission of say touching say at least a lakh
Well,
people's
right.
life over a period of say next few years. So currently we are a member of 3000 plus, and is all these 3000 plus members are getting impacted in a positive way on a daily basis through
Right.
these say sessions that's happening on weekly basis, as well as the book club, and as well as the coaching and one-to-one mentoring, right? So it's like
Right.
say going to church every Sunday to renew
Right.
yourself spiritually.
Right.
Similarly,
Right.
this
Right.
community, right? It's a big family is coming together weekly once to renew your learnings, share your learnings, and better your life personally, professionally, and whatnot, right? So it's an
Amazing.
amazing community, and I want to make sure that everybody in this community, right, take this message and spread it across. Not only don't keep it with yourself. So that's what Bible also says. That Jesus said that I'm giving you a good message. Don't keep it with you. It's you have to take this and spread it across. The same
Awesome.
message is coming from Vijay also. Saying, hey, we were say when we started, we were a small community. We have
Right.
grown to 3000, and he has a
Right.
mission of growing to say 1 lakh. That's an awesome thing, right?
Yeah.
So we want to become a biggest community, and it's going to create that positive impact not only to our lives, to whoever is closer to us, right? So they're going to
Exactly.
impact others. So it's going
Awesome.
to be kind of a boomerang, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
a boomerang effect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at the teachings, right, whatever the sessions that we are having with Vijay, it's kind of structured, right? Every week he comes with it's a nice story, right? He starts off with a story, and he tries to fit that story into the message that he want to give us. So it really sticks to our mind, and we are able to take action on whatever the learnings that we are getting out of those sessions. They initially used to teach us like 7 to 8 points, and after looking at the curse of choices, right, he brought it down to three so that it can stick to our mind. So it's
Exactly.
also right. So keep it to the minimum. That's what is that's what is what do you say? His teachings are like, keep it to the minimum. Let it be sharp, which sticks to our mind, so that we can take action. Right, make that as the purpose of our life, change that into our life, so that that becomes reflection to others. So we become reflections for others. It's like a mirror, right? So when we go look at ourselves in the mirror, it shows us, right? In the same way, when we are positive about things in life, it's going to reflect, right? We become reflections, so that others become reflections of others, right? So
Amazing.
yeah, so it's kind of a pandemic, right? The coronavirus is
Yeah.
infecting one person.
Positive pandemic.
Yeah,
Right.
positive pandemic, right?
Right.
So so I so so
Amazing, Vincent. I
I
really want,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Vincent. Anything else?
yeah. So I want say everybody in this community to feel proud about being part of this community, and take this message to the near and dear ones, so that they also can be part of this and get positively impacted, and
Exactly.
refine their life say, professionally and personally.
Amazing. I really liked all your analogies that you gave, right? The church example, right? Somewhere we go every Sunday and then we learn some positive things. Similarly, there has to be a platform which this PIM is giving. The analogy of mirror, right? Amazing. Great examples. Vartika, you want to add something?
I think all is covered, Vinit, and yeah, I think
Awesome.
Vincent already beautifully covered that spiritual part as well. So
Right.
even if we talk about church or we talk about any other place, it's all same, I believe. So I think he already beautifully covered that part because
Awesome.
the spiritual association is, I think, very necessary for soul part. And this PIM community, I don't consider it as a community. I consider it more as a family because biologically also we have a family, but that is a biological relationship. And this PIM and book club association family, it's a family which is helping us out in personal, professional, and every sort of growth as an individual. So I think that really matters a lot because I don't think that it's just corona pandemic time. I think since ages people have lot of negativity. Everybody has lot of negativity and challenges in their lives. It's from ages. And such kind of initiative, it is definitely going to help lot of people, lot of people.
Awesome, Vartika. Very nice. Awesome. I think great session, great discussion. Any last
So,
one point, one line anyone
y-
want to add before I close this?
yeah, I want
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
that, Vinith. Maybe I'll take the honor of closing it, right?
Yeah.
So this is on Bijay, the founder of PIM.
Mhm.
So in one of the sessions, right, he said that he's spending at least 3 to 4 hours of his time preparing for the sessions. That is like 50% of anybody's productivity, right?
Yeah.
If you're
Right.
working in a profession, that is
Right.
50% of is productive time is dedicating to these sessions. This is simply amazing, right? I mean, who on earth would put this 50% of his time and effort in improving others' life? I have not
Mhm.
seen.
Exactly.
I have
The
not
only guy
seen,
who's
right?
financially free who he can do that, not a job guy.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, they would try to monetize it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that is the huge difference that I am seeing
Yes,
in
right.
this community, where they want to go improve others' life. At the
Right.
same time, I mean, they are improving themselves, right?
Exactly. Exactly, Vincent. Amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. So, anything else anyone else want to add before I just close this?
Vineet, I think now you should also add something. Oh, I think
Yeah.
Jayant was saying something. Jayant, you
No, no,
want
no.
to add?
I don't want to add anything. Everything has been said. Anything I try
So
to
I am
add will be
anyway
like
going to close
redundant.
it, and closer happens with some addition, right? So I think we got so many messages. I'll just try to summarize some of those points, right? So one of the thing is that don't get confused in multiple things, right? Just choose one thing, maximum two thing. Stay with, I think, two three things you can choose. Stay with it for, let's say, 6 months, 4 7 months, and then out of that choose one thing, and then stay it for 5 years at least, right? And that's where you will come to know end to end, right? Otherwise it will be always confusing, 6 months this, 6 months that, right? Don't get stuck in your, short gratification, right? So basically weekend classes, right? There are so many people who are doing it, man. So don't get confused into teaching .NET classes and Java classes, right? It will give you 10,000 20,000 extra, but again, trust me, it's not going to help you in your personal growth, right? Again, don't get confused with your hobbies. You are not going to be next year Rahman. You are not going to be next Tiger Shroff in dance, right? If you are really planning for that, amazing, right? If you are planning to become Mr. India, Mrs. India, you can't be Miss India if you're married or Miss, right? So if you are married, then if you're still planning for Mrs. India or something like that, great. But if not, restrict it to, let's say, half an hour, 1 hour, not beyond that, right? No point spending 4 hours, 5 hours in building your body, right? So many amazing points. I think I can go on and on. We all have covered all these things points. These are the few things that I wanted to give you from the summary point of view. Everybody added the way we all are getting benefited from PIM Association, Peak Impact Mentorship Association, Vijay's mentorship, right? And particularly the 31 book clubs that are running under this PM organization. So it's like small churches under the big organization, right, where we are trying to add value as far as possible. And I'm sure today again we added some value in your life. And if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, connect any one of us who are there in the panel, or you can connect any other coach, any other person who is in our groups. The below you can see unlimitedpotentialinsight.com. You will get all social media site links there. So I think that's all about, folks. I'm sure we added some value in your life, and if it is there, I'll only suggest you to let's have a gratitude mindset. If something you have gotten, then why not to share that? As Vincent put it so beautifully by quoting a Bible, right? So somewhere, if you're getting a good message, why not to spread that further, right? And pay some gratitude. Let's say if you connected with Vincent's thoughts, if you connected with Jane's thought, if you connected with Sunanda's thought, or if you connected with Vartika thought, why not to say thank you to them, right? So that's all, folks. That I hope it made sense to you. And if something is there, you can just get back to us. Thank you so much, folks.